Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. Welcome to America's award-winning car talk show, In Wheel Time, your weekly go-to all things automotive place. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars and King Conrad DeLong, I'm Don Armstrong. So glad you could join us on this Saturday. Weather in the Houston area is kind of iffy today. We had showers actually overnight and a couple of thunderstorms, and I understand that there's a good chance of more of that later on this afternoon and into this evening. And we're going to touch base with Gina Schall-Knowles about tonight's event at Houston Motorsports Park for the Circle Track race that you hear promoted on our show today. And we're hoping that all of that comes to fruition.
Everything dries out.
Yeah. The grass infield over there doesn't do well in wet.
There's grass in the infield over
there?
There
actually is, part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at any rate. So joining us now, longtime friend of the show, his name is Randy Shannon. And Randy, it's always good to see you and to talk to you. And thank you for joining us today, sir.
Hey, the pleasure's all mine, Uncle Donnie. It's good to be with you guys and see that you're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and got your toys out, just like mine. And so,
well, we actually, all of us got up about 3 o'clock because, you know, at our age, we can't sleep anymore. So,
well,
and I know that you can relate to that.
I certainly can.
Yeah.
Certainly can. You're afraid to go to sleep because you want to make sure you wake up.
That's right. There's always that. You got to worry about that.
Yeah. So, Randy, do you have an event tonight?
Yes, we do. We're scheduled for one, and as you know, and you live in Houston or in the Gulf Coast, you're always going to have the threat of rain. No matter when you plan it, it's always that possibility.
So, I wanted to tell everybody that, you know, Randy's, we talked to Troy Dixon with HPD, and his age group is somewhere around 30 to 50. That's his age group. Right, and he's got streetable, for the most part, streetable performance cars. Randy, on the other hand, is a car show, a cruise-in car show that happens quite frequently on a Saturday night up in the Woodlands. But Randy's show pretty much tends to stay under, what is it now, 1980 and younger?
Yeah, so our forte has always been 79 and under.
79 and under.
Okay, but we do let in cars that are 25 years old or older if they want to come in. We don't sign them up as a total registered car, but they can participate. We're not trying to eliminate anybody, but there's several things we have to keep in mind at all times, is not to overcrowd the parking lot. We don't want to lose our lease. And so we are always welcoming everybody 79 and under are always welcome. And then when we have the capabilities of taking in more, we will, because we want everybody to enjoy Nifty 50s.
Well, I think one of the things, too, Randy, is that I really wanted to point out with you is that if you don't have a classic car from 79 under, you can always go. It doesn't cost anything to wander the parking lot. It's a great time for family time.
Oh, yeah.
You take the kids. You got something to do on a Saturday night. It doesn't cost you anything. You can talk to the people that own the cars.
They're happy to talk to you as well.
That's
they
what
want
they
to
want.
talk about.
We all want to talk about our cars.
You know, and you'll have 100 to 150 cars out there at any given Saturday night.
Yeah. So it's a nice collection of driver cars. I mean, these cars are driven to this event. Yeah, it's a cruise-in.
Well, as time progresses, we're pushing nearly 20 years of doing Nifty 50s now. It's been a long haul, Donnie. And a lot of things change over a 20-year period of time, as with history and life and everything else.
And hair color.
Yes, hair color is one of them. If you have hair left. So things are going to change, and car shows are no exception. I mean, things just happen. It's out of our control. We have a lot of people that are out of the classic car business. Maybe they have passed on the cars. The last show we had, a couple of cars came to the show that I haven't seen in a long time, but they showed up with different drivers. Yeah, and well, hey, I remember this car. Well, yeah, he passed on. So unfortunately, that's life. It's going to happen. But the thing is, we try to keep it regenerating for the future riders and classic car people to pick up where they left off.
And if people want to come see a cool car, there's always some awesome cool cars up there. You know, a lot of the Tri-5 Chevys will show up, a good selection of Corvettes and older Mustangs. But the last one I was at, that Brubaker box was there again.
Oh yes, yes,
And
yeah.
what a cool little car that is.
It's amazing. We have people that's been coming to Nifty Fifties for as long as I have started this thing. And of course, there's on the other hand a lot of people who have come and gone. So it's just part of the game, and we've dedicated ourselves to try to preserve our American history with our classic cars and hot rods from the mid-century. The overwhelming response we get from spectators and visitors is just, hey, this is awesome. These are the cars you don't see any longer on the roads, and that's a good point. So when we try to bring them all together and have a social event, and everybody has the same interest in the classic cars, and they enjoy the good time oldies we play, it goes right along with the mid-century. And we have about 20,000 oldies in our machine now. Even have your song, Conrad. So next time you're out, I'll play it for you.
I'm afraid to even ask, what is his song?
Well, it's
some RuPaul song or what?
No.
Mississippi Queen.
Mississippi
Queen.
Mississippi
Queen. A little mountain.
Well, it kind of goes along. Never mind.
No, yeah, with the RuPaul theme, yeah.
Yeah. So I look out for you, Conrad. So next time you bring your olds out there, we'll play it.
Oh, I will. It's still sitting in the garage with a flat tire. I need to jack with it when I get home today. I've just been working all week.
The thing is, I will be out there tonight for sure. I'm sure my help will be there as well. We're going to go ahead, and when it says it's going to rain in Houston, you don't know what part of Houston it's going to rain.
Yeah, Houston's pretty big.
The dilemma. It could rain in Katy. It could rain in South Houston. We don't know. So it's a huge area to cover when you say, oh, and a lot of people judge on whether attending or not based on what the forecast said. Oh, it's going to be 50% chance of rain, but where? So last weekend we didn't get a drop, but it did hurt us a little bit because it rained on everybody else. So we will be there tonight, and the reason we cut back was the Corona scare. We had anticipated a very successful year. This year we opened up early in February, but all this hit us, and then the weather. I mean, we're always contending with Mother Nature or some other unforeseen circumstance.
So, Randy, tell us where Nifty 50s holds the meet.
All right, we're still at Grogan's Mill Village in the Woodlands. It's right on the cusp between Spring and the Woodlands. We're on the south side of the Woodlands. That's at 2250 Buckthorne, Buckthorne place. That is the Grogan's Mill Village Center. We lease the parking lot there so that we have the rights to be there and provide a place for classic car people to come. Lots of eateries there, things to do. So we're having fun still, and we'll try to maintain this for as long as we possibly can, Uncle Donnie.
Well, Randy, it's always great to talk to you. Nifty 50s, the Saturday night cruise in. And what time does it get going tonight?
Well, summer months, we usually move it back to 6 to 10 because of the heat, the daylight hours are longer. So, in the fall and winter or whatever, we usually move it back up to 4 o'clock.
And if you want to, I would imagine that you don't have to come exactly at 6 o'clock. You could probably come at 7 or even 8.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a cruise in. People come when they want to. So some get there early and maybe leave earlier, and then some come later. So
and the cars there for display have a designated parking spot. And when I was there last, it was every other spot, so you keep a little distance between people.
Right, we're still maintaining that right now. We're asking people to do that. Now we do have some groups that say no, we want to park together. That's fine. You're on your own risk there, but as a courtesy to everyone, and we asked everybody, spectators or participants, to give everybody some space. It is an outdoor event. But please don't go up and hug and kiss everybody you see.
I'll still give you a hug and a kiss, Randy.
Be sure I wear my armor, okay? So no, I'm just kidding with you guys. But hey, it's always a pleasure, Donnie, Conrad, Mike. It's always good to see you guys. Thank you
Good
so
to
much.
see you.
Thanks for coming on.
Randy, we really appreciate it. Great to see you. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you soon. Randy Shannon with, that's Randy Shannon. Shannon,
Yes.
with Nifty 50s, the Saturday night cruise in up in the Woodlands. All right, time now on In Wheel Time to take a look at our weekly feature, Ram Tracks, an inside look at the Ram Nation. Mr. Mars?
So we've been talking about different storage solutions and looking at the Ram truck and trying to figure out some other additional things. I found this item, and there's a couple of them, but this particular one is from Undercover Swing Case. And what it is, there's that area in between your tailgate and your wheel well inside the bed. And it does nothing. So this case fits in there.
So it's a Don Armstrong.
Yeah.
It does nothing.
It goes up and it goes over the wheel well, and it'll hold 75 pounds worth of cargo. And to make it accessible, it's hinged. This particular one's hinged, so it'll swing out to make it easy to get to.
Oh, how smart is that?
And it's really a cool storage solution that you can add to your Ram truck. The case fits in there.
So it's a Don Armstrong.
Yeah.
It does nothing.
It goes up and it goes over the wheel well, and it'll hold 75 pounds worth of cargo. And to make it accessible, it's hinged. This particular one's hinged, so it'll swing out to make it easy to get to.
Oh, how smart is that?
It takes a space you're just not using much and utilizes it.
So you
always
could
come
fill
up
it with adult beverages and swing it out. And
Up to 75 pounds worth.
up to 75 pounds.
75 pounds. What
Ice
what happens if you went to 80 pounds?
I don't know. We'll have to get one and try it.
Do that and tell me how it is. All right. Thank you, sir. Coming up, In Wheel Time continues after a quick break with Conrad's Car Clinic. Stay with us.
Are you ready for NASCAR Houston? NASCAR's Short Track Racing Series is coming to Houston Motorsports Park this Saturday night as Advance Auto Parts presents Back to the Track 2020. The Texas Short Track Racers are going to light up the pavement, and you can be there to see all the action up close and personal. And how does $1 beers, Cokes, and hot dogs sound? We're following all CDC guidelines, and we have extra sanitizing options on hand. Don't miss the NASCAR action this Saturday night. Visit NASCARHouston.com for details.
911, what's your emergency?
God, there's a train that just hit a car.
Sir, what is your location? Look around for a street sign, sir.
It's 8th and Orchard. 8th and Orchard.
Okay, very good. 8th and Orchard. Sir, help is on the way.
Why would he do that? The train still doesn't stop. You have to get there now.
At a railway crossing, even if the engineer sees you and hits the brakes, it can take a mile for the train to stop. And for you, that's too late. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
You know, he's wanted to do that since this show began. He's always wanted to do that.
Shake his head.
So I actually put that piece of music in the show.
Get a little electro metal.
Something like that, yeah. So I thought this is a Mars song.
No, he's a
And
Jimmy.
I appreciate it.
And all of our other long hair followers. Yeah. All right. Time now for Conrad's Car Clinic, and you're doing the shake, rattle, and roll thing today.
Has Elvis Presley taken over your car? Does your car shake, rattle, and roll?
What exactly does that mean?
Well, you know, a lot of times as cars age and as people drive them and damage them, they can do some suspension damage, some wheel damage, and you get these funky vibrations in your car. And some of those vibrations, if you really don't address them, it can cause things to become loose and create rattles in your car, affect the steerability of your car so it doesn't roll straight anymore. So you want to assume that a lot of the shaking while you're driving is happening. You want to identify, is it happening while you're braking or is it happening while you're driving at speed? And the different speeds you drive can tell you, as a diagnostician, can kind of lead you to what the problem is. So if it's happening during braking, it's a high probability you're having an issue with either your brake rotors or your brake drums, that they're out of round. So those need to be addressed by a professional. Those really aren't going to be something you're going to be able to do at the house. If your vibration is steady at speed, when does it happen? Does it happen as you accelerate? Does it happen while you're steady at a certain speed? Does it happen as you lift your foot off the gas and you coast? All of those aspects of when the vibration happens help somebody identify.
Can I ask a question
Sure.
in here?
Yeah.
So I remember a day, a long time ago, that we could pull the drums or the rotors off and take them up to high-low, and they would grind them up there and make them straight again. Do they still offer that?
Absolutely, still can.
So you can do it at home.
You can. You still need some special tools to do it, because if you're doing rear brakes, you've got to have all of those tools that let you lever all of those springs off. If you're doing front brakes, and you figured this out the other day when you were working on the Challenger, is you need some special tools to do the brake to get the calipers off, so you can squeeze the piston back in to put the brake pads back on. You need some special tools to get the the rotors off as well.
Okay.
But now, when they go to turn rotors, they don't turn them near as much as they used to, right?
No, in a lot of cases, especially on a lot of the European cars, you just go buy new ones. Days like my 1970, there was a lot of extra metal on the rotor, so they could resurface the rotor. In that, because there was enough metal that it was designed to be able to cut some off. A lot of today's cars, as they're trying to reduce the weight of the vehicle,
that's an extra $200 if I don't have to spend them.
Well, but in a lot of cases, those brake rotors are under $100.
I've bought them for $60 or less.
You can get some brake rotors for your Corvette at Napa for about $27, and a lot of guys that do track days will do that. They'll put new rotors on every day for track day.
Guess what? I'm out.
So, but one of those common causes of those vibrations is tire balance. And tire balance, or lack thereof, theoretically, is where that vibration generally comes in about the 40-mile-an-hour range, and it's pretty steady. And then as you speed up, it kind of goes away, and then it'll phase back in about 55 or 60 miles an hour. And a skilled technician can kind of sit in the car and experience the vibration and literally tell you, is it the front tires, which means the vibrations in your hands and the steering wheel, or it's the rear tires where the steering wheel isn't vibrating, but the seat is vibrating.
Yep. Wow.
And you can also identify left side or right side. But I'm going to tell you, if you're going to get your tires balanced, get all four of them balanced. And then there's a level of balance that you can do that's going to match the tire to the rim, called road force balancing. Road force balancing is nice if you really want a super smooth ride. It's a lot more expensive than regular balancing, but if you have that level of a car, you definitely want to go with a road force.
Do they
balance.
still have the spin balance machines that you'd set on the floor and push it around like a lawnmower and put it up underneath the tire? And the guy would have put it in neutral and spin that tire to look like 100 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you'd pull the electric motor up to it.
Do they still have that?
I haven't seen one of those in a
Not
long
in a
time.
long
I used
time.
to use one of those, and you would attach the
those
hub
things-
to it, and the hub would adjust the weight and the position of the weight.
That thing was scary.
It
was.
was very scary. The way I'd do it is I'd lean my head against the hood or against the
feel it.
fender, and you'd feel the vibration as you make the adjustment on the hub. Yeah, those are.
That's right. That weight flew off and went right through.
One time too many.
No, now they take the tire off and do a spin balance off of the car, or as they're mounting your tires and giving you new tires, they'll do a spin
They get like an
balance and put it back
enclosed
on.
machine
Yeah,
to put it
they'll
in.
kind of
But
trap
the
it in.
real good way to do it is the way that I described,
you're right.
because it also balances all the
rotor,
moving parts.
all of the moving parts. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's really the true way to balance it. One of the other ways that you can have an imbalance in the car is an imbalance in the drive shaft as well.
Exactly, yeah.
And the drive shaft imbalance happens at a different speed. Typically, the drive shaft imbalance you're going to feel below 30, and then you're not going to feel again until above 70. So taking it to a skilled technician to identify correctly what you need to balance is pretty important.
Thank you, sir. So I've got a great feature that I want to do that's coming up next. It's a distracted driving feature, and it's got some actual surprising percentages about distracted driving. I found it fascinating, and I think that you will too, so stay up for that. Hey, if you're a member of a car club, we'd like to put your group on our car club spotlight. All you got to do is shoot us an email with the contact information to info@inwheeltime.com. Distracted driving next.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain.
Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
A social distancing tip.
While the CDC urges you to avoid close contact, like hugging or shaking hands, there are other non-physical ways to say hello. Wave, wink, use sign language, salute, smile, give the peace sign, throw up an air high five, do jazz hands. Remember, stay a minimum of 6 feet or 2 arms length away from others and stay home if you can. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #alone together. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Welcome back. It's the In Wheel Time Show. Thank you very much for joining us today. We're on until noon Central live, and then, of course, podcasts and all that other stuff. So I want to do a little thing. I ran across this. It's actually sent to me through the Zebra Communications team. Don't ask me how they got my name and number, but, you know, they've got it not only, obviously, at the Zebra, but they've got it in police stations across America. Anyway. So here's the story, and here was the lead into it. Many Americans hitting the roads over the skies this summer due to the coronavirus pandemic in the U.S. As the weather warms, places start to reopen. Drivers traveling America's highways and byways, all increasing volumes. With the heavier traffic comes the increased risk of accidents and distracted driving. Currently in now the 100 deadliest days of driving, this period from basically Memorial Day through Labor Day, and it's more important than ever to be aware of distraction. So I'm going to kind of go through these quickly, and I don't want to belabor.
Yeah, I don't want to distract you.
How distracted driving increases insurance rates. In 2011, a driver cited for distracted driving would only pay about 0.4% more for car insurance than a driver with a clean driving record. Now a distracted driving violation raises rates an average of 23%, a penalty increase of 7,040% since 2011. Who is the number one that is really up there as far as tickets cost? Connecticut is number one with a 64% increase. The average rate for a violation now is $2,780.
Whoa!
So where does Texas fall into that?
Sounds like a revenue generator for Connecticut.
Oh, big time. Yeah, they're really serious. So Texas ranks number 49, okay? And we only have an increase of 9% here, so it went from $1,415 to $1,538, an increase of $122. Not bad, huh? So
not good either.
But it's not good either. All right. Here's one. They asked 2,600 people if they send out text messages, read notifications, adjust the radio, check social media, and more during a typical 30-minute drive. Maximum score was 100. These are the averages per city. Number one was New York at 43.7%.
That's all?
Guess where?
There's a lot of liars in that.
Guess where Houston is? Fifth. 37.5% of drivers are distracted.
There's still a lot of liars in that.
Here's something. I thought this. Ever done any of the following while driving? So they asked 2,600 Americans.
Are you asking me? I drive a company car.
Read something on a phone or other device, 58%. Texting, 56%. Pick your nose, 47.2%.
Is that distracted?
Eating a full meal, 35.9%. Kiss someone, 27%. Put on or taken off clothing, 26.8%.
While you're kissing someone?
Engaged in sexual activity.
See, all three of them together.
Engaged in sexual activity, 14.9%. Smacked someone in the car, 12.4%. Popped a pimple, 10.5%. Vomited, 7%.
More people are having sex in a car than are popping pimples.
We need to write some of this down.
A look at average distraction scores for different groups by gender: men 35.7%, women 35.4%. Imagine that. Education and distracted driving: college graduate 36.2%, no college 30%. By generation: baby boomers, those 56 to 74, 24%. Gen X 40 to 55, 32%. Millennials, 24 to 39, 37%.
It's going to climb.
And Gen Z, 18 to 23, 37.9%. Risky behaviors, chronic speeders, driving more than 10 miles an hour over the limit all the time. Raise your hand.
Kathy.
Look at these two. Look at these two. I'm not in that.
Oh! Liar.
Yeah, let's go over here. There's some lightning out there, and they'll be able to come through the ceiling here any minute.
Drive more than 10 miles an hour over the limit all the time or often is 45.5%. Rarely or never, 28.8%. And finally, how we rationalize using smartphones while driving. It's okay. I've got to do something here, so give me just a moment. This
got to set this up with sound effects.
We're going because we're going to go into the top of the hour here, and I need to make sure that I'm ready for that because I need to be ready. Because based on what I've discovered so far,
distracted.
It's distracted soundboarding here. Well, the other thing about distracted driving that drives me crazy is so many people stop to read something at a red light or a stop sign, and then when it turns green, they're still reading. So I'm generally I honk at them.
Me too.
Are you serious?
Oh yes,
you honk at them.
Sure.
Even though you're one of the
I don't read
scofflaws.
You can't
read a
drive
lot.
10 miles an hour over the speed limit all the time if you're stopped at a red light while somebody's reading
sir,
something.
Anything that you say when it comes to this, I'm not believing any of it. I know you, Mike Mars. You can't fool a fooler.
Yeah. Joseph Pledger online says 10 miles an hour is just the flow of traffic on Beltway 8.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Get out on Interstate 10 at 5 o'clock in the morning, and you better be in the slow lane if that's what you're doing.
Okay, how we rationalize using smartphones while driving. It's okay if I use a speakerphone or a hands-free system. Percentage who agreed with that? 81.7%. It's okay to use my phone while driving for directions or navigation. 64.3%. I know I shouldn't use my phone while driving, but I do anyway. 62.9%.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay to use my phone at stop signs or red lights. 60.9%. I can text without taking my eyes off of the road.
You can't.
30.3% said they could. It's okay to use my phone when there are no other cars around. 25%.
I'm surprised that's that low.
I use my phone because I get bored while driving.
Oh, gosh. That's scary.
23.2%.
Well, and a lot of the interactive systems, the cars, the voice commands, it can tell it to read
you
your
can do
text.
that. I mean, you're still losing the thought process of driving, even though you're not physically doing it. But the thing I wanted to mention, you were talking about using the car for directions and things like that. How many of the OEMs are pushing people to use their phone system for that instead of putting it in the car?
Apple Play, Android interface, so now you can actually put the screen on your phone onto the screen on your car.
But you still got to reach down there and deal with your phone in some cases because you can't use the touch screen on the car to change or do your input of your data. So it's almost like we're creating this distracted driving scenario, but we're telling you, don't be distracted.
Correct.
But let me give you all these things to distract
you.
Exactly. It's kind of like me over here doing all this. Yes, exactly. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and, of course, it took up all of the time.
That's okay.
It took up all the news headlines, but I got some great ones, and I'm going to get in the next half hour. Well, actually, hour.
We're ready for you.
No,
we're never ready for you.
You think that you're ready for me. No one is ever really ready for me.
We've got some really interesting comments on our Facebook page about that whole segment. That's pretty.
Are they
funny.
repeatable?
Yeah. Well, I've said
No, let's not do it.
Some of them might not be, but some of them I don't know if I want to own up to either.
That's right. All right. Well, that's it for this hour of the In Wheel Time program. We invite you to stay tuned because starting right now begins hour number 2 or segment 3. Hey, thanks for checking us out. Don Armstrong saying be sure and join us live every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on YouTube, Facebook, and InWheelTime.com.
Our podcasts are also available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcast, TuneIn, Google Podcast, and Podcast Addict. We'll see you next time.